All right, let's talk about Fear the Walking Dead, Episode 2, Season 5.
Yeah, that's a good thing to talk about. Although I almost boycotted everything Walking Dead after this last issue of the comic book, but I'm going to trudge on, you know.
Right.
I'm gonna move on and move forward.
Gonna try and keep it going. Well, I'm Justin.
And I'm JP.
And we are the Podcasting Dead. Yes, we talk about The Walking Dead and the Fear the Walking Dead and anything else Walking Dead, but we talk about other things. So before we begin, if you're a fan of podcasts, consider subscribing to our channel or at least checking it out.
Yeah,
you might
you'll
find
have a good
something
time.
you like.
We be talking about all kinds of stuff.
So Fear the Walking Dead, Season 5, Episode 2 is come and gone. I'm not going to lie. I think that I like this episode more than the last one.
Yeah, there's a little bit more going on.
The last one had a little bit more action in the beginning, but at least more developments on this one.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping to see a little bit more with our Strand and Daniel reunion, but...
Yeah, that wasn't much of a reunion. Daniel brought him in, gave him a tour, let him feel comfortable, then told him to get the hell out.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like to know, you know, what's going on with Daniel, but I'm sure we haven't seen the last of him.
I hope not. That would be not cool if they just brought him. If that was all we were going to see him, I'd be like, just have him have died when the bridge collapsed or, you know, when the dam exploded or whatever.
Yeah, but he's got a pretty sweet setup. You got to give him that. I mean, shoot, it is almost like MTV Cribs, you know. He's got all these sweet rides. He's got a plane.
He said he inherited it. Do you think that means he killed whoever owned it and just took it?
Probably.
Or maybe he made friends with someone, you know, one of those backstories we'll get where, like, he made friends with someone and they brought him in and then they died, and so he just kept staying there.
I don't know, man. Probably. He's probably up to something.
You probably won't have it when he was pointing a gun at your Strand, were you?
Nah, man. I was like, Daniel, come on, man. So much has happened. I mean, Strand obviously looks a little softer, a little bit more gentle. You know,
He got a new haircut.
He does.
I want to know, like, what do they use to clip hair? You know, because some people be having some cool hairstyles, and I'm wondering there's no electricity, right? So I guess some places they do find electricity and they just use some clippers, but he had a nice little do going.
Strand's keeping his look fresh, man. You got to give it to him.
He's got swagger, man. Like, that's what we were talking about last night, because JP again came down to watch it. I've been fortunate. It's not so much that JP wants to come down to watch it, it's that JP doesn't have the AMC thing anymore. So he's just kind of like, well, this is the only way I can watch it. So, but yeah, man. Let's see. You've got these radiated zombies.
Yeah, man. That's bad news.
With these kind of weird looking moldy things on their head.
Yeah, the first casualty of that is Morgan's staff.
Yeah, I wonder, like we were talking about, I wonder if he's going to get another one. I mean, that one it's kind of like the end of an era with him and that staff. I mean, that's the one that he got from Eastman, and now it's just radioactive and probably going to be burned. Well, no, I don't know if she would burn it or not, because she said burning it releases it into the air, so maybe she's just going to bury it in a lead box.
Yeah, man, I don't know what she's doing with all this radioactive stuff, but I'm glad they did clarify. I was like, why didn't she just like Amscray? I mean, there's not enough living people left around to really worry about. I mean, just get the hell out of this radiated zone. But she's already infected, so
oh yeah,
might as well make use of your time, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, sad, because I thought maybe we were going to have a new love interest for Morgan.
Nah, he better keep his staff out of there. He's going to come out glowing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and, we were talking, like, Luciana being a bit stupid, which I don't know. I get they had to go do their thing, man, but I wouldn't have left the injured, drugged-up girl alone. Maybe that's just me. I don't know much about the medical field, so I would have just thought, okay, she's hurt. She's on medicine, talking about accordions. Maybe it would be best if one of us just stayed with her to be safe.
In general, it seems like the buddy system is best. And like you said, especially when someone's injured and all loopy. I'd certainly like a little taste of whatever she's on. I'm telling you, I've never been on anything that want me to make me pick up
an accordion.
Yeah, what kind of instrument would that even be?
The little thing where you...
Yeah, I know what it is. I was going to say a woodwind instrument. It's not a woodwind. I don't know what you'd consider.
I mean, it is wood and it uses wind, but it also has the... Yeah, I think that would be it.
Maybe.
If you're more inclined with instruments than we are, then please, let us know what that would be classified as. I've played guitar my whole life, a little keyboard, some drums and bass, but I've never messed with the accordion.
Nah, man, I've never even seen one in real life.
I've played around with one, but
for
never.
real?
Yeah, just like in a music shop. But
I think the closest I've come is just seeing it on Drew Carey. Drew Carey can wail on an accordion.
oh, but and then we got the heads hanging from the different places. I love when John Dory's like, they went through a lot of trouble when they could have just left a note.
Yeah, man. They are having to climb those trees, and I don't know. Maybe they have a bucket truck or
Like, how are they doing it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Why are they doing it?
Did I say Alicia or Luciana earlier? If I meant Luciana. If I said Alicia, sorry.
Yeah, I think you said
Luciana
Luciana.
being left alone. But definitely going outside was kind of stupid. I mean, I know you have a gun, but you're injured. You're loopy. Just lock the damn door and wait for people to get back.
Yeah.
It's not a brave or not brave thing. It's about being smart. You're disabled. You're possibly outnumbered. Why go risk that? You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. Just wasting old John Dory's ammo.
Right. I feel like Luciana's on my list for going to be gone this season. Maybe Al. I don't know. She's missing, but I hope we don't have a Heath situation with Al, man. I swear.
Oh God. Yeah.
Where she just disappears, and I know that there was more to the Heath thing than and they might tie it into the Rick movies if the actor can come back and yada yada yada. Man, I hope. I hate when characters go missing and we never get an explanation for where they went. Like, just kill them off if that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
Give me some closure.
Yeah, does that actress have anything else going on? You got the inside scoop?
Not to my knowledge. Not unless they're having like a Lost reboot.
Huh. Well, I'm sure she'll be back.
I hope so. But yeah, it was interesting that Strand found the tape, and the tape had the same name as the cat, Skid Mark or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And a zombie apocalypse cat, man, that's new.
Yeah, man. I feel like cats would do well in that environment,
Oh, absolutely. They're nimble, they're little, they're quick. They could just get away. The ones that are skittish would be like a what's the term I'm looking for? That'd be like an evolutionary advantage for them, just in the sense of the ones that were naturally skittish of people. Skittish, I don't know how you say that. Would survive because they run from people as it is. So slow zombies that are stupid, man, cats would get away no problem. Now the ones that were tame or friendly, they'd probably die off first. But
yeah, man, you remember that History Channel show Life After People? You remember that?
Oh yeah, man.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, I know one episode showed that cats would probably eventually evolve like the flying squirrel things, like the little wing things under their arms, so they could glide, like
Really?
gliding cats. Yeah, especially like in the cities where there's just all these abandoned buildings and skyscrapers. Pretty wild, man. A gliding cat, a cat glider.
As if regular cats don't get into enough.
Yeah, no kidding.
And you now got two living at your house.
Yeah, I had to take all the action figures off of my comic book table because, man, it was just a losing situation with those cats.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Speaking of my comic corner, we'll talk about that later because I made a little vid for the Patreon page.
Nice.
In my comic room.
Nice.
So, yeah, we'll talk about that towards the end of the tape. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. But yeah, so where do you think we're going this season? What are you thinking of it so far?
I need to see something more of this new ominous threat of a group. One thing I was disappointed in with this episode, saw a partially naked Morgan being showered off. No naked Alicia when she had to, get the detox shower or whatever it was, decontamination.
Yeah.
But as these things go, Morgan still looked great. For a man his age, his body looks spectacular.
Have you seen the theories? I don't believe them, but maybe there's something to it. But have you seen the theories that if you go back and watch season 9, episode 5 of The Walking Dead on Jadis's walkie as she's getting ready to talk to the helicopter and she's flipping through channels? And I'll tell you why I don't believe it here in a minute. But you hear and she does sound just like Alicia, but you hear someone that sounds like Alicia saying, North, fire some guns, spread them, something to that effect. Like basically talking about, describing scatter, draw the walkers away. I think it was just somebody, trying to fix the bridge or, after Rick blew the bridge, there were still plenty of walkers and they're trying to draw them away and stuff. But some people thinking that, because we still might be a bit behind on Fear the Walking Dead because The Walking Dead had like a 6-month time jump or something when it came back in season 9. And then I think Fear the Walking Dead might be 4 months ahead. But so some people thinking maybe somehow they're going to circle around to Rick and them. But a lot of fan speculation that that there is a possibility that some Fear the Walking Dead characters will be crossing over to the Rick Grimes movies.
Yeah, man, I could definitely see that. I've been seeing a lot as well, as far as like that map with the symbols on it and all that stuff. But I don't know, man. I think if they want to keep it going, they definitely got to, find some way to draw people in.
Something new and exciting.
As fans of Fear, for a while, I mean, it's cool to see it back and everything, but I can't say it's been like just the excitement's been on the level. If I was just a casual fan, it would keep me coming back every week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, halfway through season 4, we just kind of started.
Yeah, I feel like we really need something to kind of pick us up out of this lull. And I was hoping Daniel coming back would do it. Now, it's still May, but I definitely didn't get a whole lot out of just Daniel's being a dick, basically. I mean...
Yeah, but he was, but I don't blame him for not trusting Strand. I mean, Strand has screwed him over in some of the worst kind of ways. So, I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, we kind of just should be glad that he didn't blow his head off on sight.
Yeah. But I'd see not giving him a plane, but give him like a truck or like a little like Honda or something.
Strand was walking unarmed towards those walkers at the end of this episode, man.
Yeah.
I hope he has like a pocket knife he's about to whip out or something.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Like we find, and two, John Dory and June, man, like be smarter than just to walk up in somewhere, which granted they got lucky and they want nothing but a house full of walkers, but still, man, like I would never just like stroll up into what looks like a settlement. That, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
just like Rick would have had it scouted out first and sniper on the heel.
Oh boy,
I don't know. We were talking last night. We're kind of glad Morgan's stick is gone because when somebody asked us on our mail call podcast that we do each week, like what was one of our gripes about The Walking Dead, like something very unrealistic that just takes you out of it. And I didn't think about it then, but definitely one of mine would have been back in the day when Morgan was stabbing zombies in the head with the blunt end of a stick. I mean, it already would be tough enough to like pierce the skull. I mean, you have to, like you said, go through the eye socket every time, but I mean, like with a blunt stick, I get the zombies are rotted, man, but skulls don't really rot like that. The skin and meat and stuff might be rotting, but those skulls should still be almost, or if not just as hard as ours, I would imagine. I mean, I'm not an anatomy expert, but everything I've read would support that the zombies will still have pretty damn thick skulls. I mean, it'd get to the point where a human skull would get soft enough for a knife to slide in like butter. There would be no brain left in. It would have rotted out. But I don't know. One could argue that they're decaying a lot slower. I don't know. I mean, it's always, with fiction like this, it's always easy to kind of...
Yeah, maybe all the walkers have like osteoporosis or something. I don't know.
That could be it, man. Maybe they got like the Samuel L. Jackson like glass thing. Maybe their bones are just...
Yeah, they need to like start eating some dairy cows or something, getting that calcium,
Yeah, man. I mean, shoot, the next time you see a walker shambling around the neighborhood, man, leave some milk out for it.
Yeah, why not?
It needs its bone protection too. But, well, my levels are a lot higher than they should be. All right, so I'm trying to think. I know this is, I hate to cut this one short, but at our radio jobs, we've got a lot going on and even more going on in the next few days. So podcasting will resume, but I can't guarantee everything will be exactly on time. After this week, we should be back on schedule.
Yeah, and not like it's a whole lot to talk about with this episode. You got radioactive zombies, Morgan lost his staff, Daniel's being a dick, Al's still missing, Strand is just walking into the darkness, looking fine as hell, as usual.
And Daniel don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, Daniel's just kind of sitting there in his crib with all his cars.
I think at one moment we all said, "Damn, Daniel."
Yes, we did.
Yeah. But so before we cut this off, we're going to give you our social media info. JP, let them know about that Patreon.
All right. Yeah, Patreon. And we'll have a link on the video, patreon.com/thepodcastingdead. We've got 4 tiers so far. Donate whatever you want, be it $1, be it $100,000, whatever. All the money goes into the podcast for equipment and merch that we want to give to you, and it's a beautiful thing. And once we hit 20 patrons, I think we're sitting at 6 or 7 right now, all great fans of the show. We're going to do a drawing for a prize pack. It's going to have all kinds of cool stuff in it. If you are a patron, you can go to our Patreon. I made a little video in my comic nook, and you get to see something cool that we're throwing in the Patreon package.
Booyah.
So yeah, gonna be good stuff.
Booyah. And before we go, JP, hit them up with your social media info.
Oh, right. Jpslim, spelled just like it sounds. No spaces, no nothing on Periscope. And J_Radsaw for Instagram, which I hardly ever really use. And JAYPEA, that's JP5000 on Snapchat, which I don't use that much either.
You can find me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Periscope. Just I'm Justin Lloyd, all lowercase, 2 L's in Lloyd, no spaces, no apostrophes, nothing.
I've got to streamline like you, man. So easy.
Yeah,
so
man,
easy
makes life a lot easier. But yeah, follow. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you again tomorrow for our current events podcast. I'm Justin.
And I'm JP.
And we're the Podcasting Dead.